Jenny.
Hi, Hillary.
How are
How are
you?
you?
I'm
I'm
good.
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 Good. It's all good.
I have my little thing of screwball today.
Oh, nice. I have a little thing to do about too.
I haven't had it in a little
For
while. That's
those who don't
delightful.
know, Screwball is our favorite whiskey, peanut butter flavored whiskey, which might sound gross, but it's like legit good.
Yeah. I've tried other peanut butter whiskeys on the market. They're gross. They
Yeah.
taste like they taste like artificial peanut butter.
Yeah.
This actually is made with peanuts.
Yeah. It's
You
good.
can't have it if you have an allergy.
Yeah. And we are not sponsored by Screwball, though we kind of should get paid for as much as we
Yeah.
mention them.
You're not against getting sponsored by Screwball. So
No.
here we go.
I mean, we also drink a lot of Jameson too, so anybody.
Yeah. I kind of feel like Jameson might be out of our sponsorship league.
I know, really. I think so. So today is Sunday, April 6th. If you're listening, it is on or after Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. This is season 7, episode 14.
And you're listening to Kissing Lips and Breaking Hearts with the Garden Tarts. Welcome.
Welcome. This should be a fun episode. It was in part to Jenny's suggestion last week because there's a cover on here that had to do with our
Mm-hmm.
last week's ep that we'll talk about in depth tonight. But anyway, we're reviewing the album Achtung Baby covered. So it's you two being covered by other people. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
tribute. It was released October 21st, 2011. Tribute album featuring cover versions from U2's 1991 record Achtung Baby. It was included with the December 2011 issue of Q magazine. The magazine commissioned the album to commemorate the 20th anniversary of Achtung Baby and um, of Achtung Baby's original release and Q's 25th anniversary.
Huh. I did not remember that at all.
Didn't either. It makes sense to me because also I had a friend that promised me he got Q and he promised me the CD. And Andrew, if you're listening, where's my damn CD? I mean, I probably would have thrown it or gotten rid of it by now anyway, but because I
It's
don't
the
have,
principle of the thing.
yeah, Andrew moved away,
I
my album with him.
I don't remember if I got it. I feel like at that point, I definitely lived up here. When I lived in Cincinnati, we had a bookstore, and I would just go and peruse the music magazines, and
Yeah,
they had all the foreign stuff like Q and Hot Press. So I would always look to see what came from, abroad, to see what I could get.
yeah,
And by 2011, I was way here. I had a 1 year old,
yeah.
and I don't think I was hunting down Q.
If I didn't get it, I probably would have gotten it, but Andrew promised me,
Yeah.
and
I have to look in my CDs to see if I have it, but I don't think I do.
yeah,
Plus, it's on iTunes.
right. So on November 15th, 2011, the album was made available via digital download through the iTunes store. All proceeds of from the from the iTunes store when you had to pay for everything. All proceeds went to Concerned Worldwide, an Irish-based nonprofit organization that provides aid to the world's poorest countries.
Okay,
Yeah, you can dive right in now.
cool.
Yeah,
Okay, so the album goes in order of Octa Baby.
yeah. So I have
So
I have an
yeah,
overall comment about it.
okay.
So it's all good vocals, but there's something that we don't discuss very often here on the pod, and that is that Uncle Bono can be sexy. And
Yes, I
I feel like
think
that's
I feel like we've been slowly admitting that to ourselves.
yeah,
Maybe like the last since 2018-ish, maybe.
something around then. But
Yeah,
we still don't actually say it. I still feel like it's uncomfortable to say. But
the
a
man's got
lot
it.
of these songs, a lot of these cover songs are missing that.
Yes.
And I think that,
That's I like this. Yes.
yeah, there's several specific, but that's just
Um,
not something you hear the garden
from
party
us.
say often.
No. No, because he is our uncle. So it's weird to think of him as sexy.
Yes.
But I would like to throw in here that just a blanket statement. In general, I like my U2 songs done by U2.
Absolutely.
So I feel like that will be important with all of the songs.
Yes.
I have things to say about all of them, but
It's
in
fun to
general,
hear, other interpretations, but another thing is, and we'll get to that song by song, but a lot of these are not other interpretations. They're like the song.
yeah, I'd have to think probably about half of them or something.
Yeah.
You think? Yeah. But yeah, we'll talk about them one by one. Don't worry, we won't go in like huge detail on all these.
No,
But I do recommend that you pull up your Apple Music or your Spotify and listen to the song like before or after we talk about it.
wait.
So you
Um,
can have thoughts too. Start off with Zoo Station by Nine Inch Nails. Trent Reznor, an Ohio man. I get it. I think this is the stoned version of Zoo Station.
I don't know. I feel like they turned an industrial song into some like dreamscape. Not what I would have expected from Nine Inch Nails.
It's stoned.
You're right. It's that level of
It's more like
no,
it's got this like whoa.
I get it.
Um,
But it's not what I would have expected from Nine Inch Nails.
no, because they are so industrial
Yeah.
sounding. Yeah,
I love Nine Inch Nails.
yeah,
So like a lot of these songs are by artists that I love and I don't love the version, some
right.
of them.
I will also say so I haven't listened to this ever, probably since it came out, or 2011 or 12 or something around then. I don't even think I knew it came out, honestly.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there was just this thing that existed, and I didn't know where it came from. And my first time listening through, first of all, apparently my family wanted to talk to me all day today, which made it very hard to listen to anything coherently. I will have days we don't say a thing. Today was not one of those days. But I did give it a second time through, and I did. Some of the listens the first time through were just shocking. And listening to them a second time, kind of knowing what was coming, I'm like, oh, I might actually be okay with this.
Yeah. I
So
listen
this one,
I did listen to it. I remember very vividly remember it when it came out listening to it. But I did listen like twice today and I have
yeah,
my opinions vary. Okay, so track 2 is Even Better Than the Real Thing by
you
YouTube.
too.
It's it's a remix. It's the Jacques Lucan mix. It is probably my favorite remix out of all 269 remixes of this song.
I mean, this song I feel like it's made to be remixed.
Yeah,
It's not always good or bad, but this is a great one.
it's really good. I
It
like it.
really it works really well.
Yeah,
So yeah, I give the remix 2 thumbs up
yeah, I do too.
for sure.
As remixes go,
Right,
for a
because oh
song
my
I'm
god,
not a fan of.
because there was that post Achtung Baby Pop Zeropa. It was just like done with the remixes, dude.
Yeah,
It's enough, and definitely some of them still stand out. It's like what, that one was actually pretty good.
right.
This one's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, so the next track 3 is one by Damien Rice. It is beautiful, but I feel like anybody can make this song beautiful, and it's just like a flat out cover. It's not a tribute.
He changes the point of view.
He does. I did get that.
The eyes are you and the yous are eyes. First of all, big Damien Rice fan. I think it rivals the original.
Really?
Yeah. And they're on different planes. It gets me. It's, I mean, you just want a haunting Irish voice. Damien Rice, he is in the mud with
Yeah.
everything.
Maybe I should listen to it again, but I just didn't. It didn't like.
It's okay if it didn't hit you like that.
Oh,
And I find the reverse point of view shocking.
yeah. Oh no,
Really,
right about that. That's amazing.
yeah. Like I ask you to enter, and then I made you crawl. Like it's
Yeah,
hard to say. I was trying to think of a spot that had a bunch of them. Um, I think also I've Damien's Rice voice just gets me all
yeah.
the time. All the time. I discovered him not long before Grace was born. So Chris and I used to listen to him a lot. We went to see him. I was like 12 months pregnant. I was like, what if I go into labor at the concert? I was probably I was very, very pregnant though. With Grace when we went to see him, and I don't know. He also has a special place.
Yeah.
But yeah, this version I got
Them, so maybe that's what the difference is too.
maybe, but listen to it. I don't know if you listen to it on headphones at all.
I didn't.
Yeah, listen. I listened all day on headphones,
Okay.
so it's maybe things hit differently, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I was in my car all day, and then I was doing other things and listening
Right.
this evening.
Yeah. Give it another listen and like
Okay.
quiet. Maybe you'll feel the same
Okay.
as you feel now.
Okay. I'll definitely
Yeah.
give it another listen. Okay. You want to take the next one?
Yes, Until the End of the World by the legendary Patti Smith.
Love it.
It is like only Patti Smith can.
It is
I
like a lounge act, and I thought that I
I
have,
only put lounge like.
yeah, but I have gone through. I don't know, a long, long time ago. My brother and I went through every U2 song.
Yeah.
Now this should be in Bonner's lounge act. This should. I've never.
It used to be a regular part of our pod.
No, I've never though thought of Until the End of the World being a lounge act.
It's all piano and it's swanky. It's like slithery.
And
It
this
is
I've heard it before, but I never paid any attention to it until today. And it is
no,
just
it is cool.
very, very cool.
And Patti Smith, I mean, her voice is so unique and her style is so unique. It could have gone either way.
Yeah.
It could have been like, oh, that's not working. But I mean, this is like, oh, I want to say at this beginning too. I'm so curious about the process here. Like, did they ask this many artists and said, which song do you want? And then it was like, oh, that one's taken.
Yeah.
Or was it like the band was like, you know what? We really want Damien Rice to do one.
Yeah.
And these people, they're obviously all fans. Could you imagine presenting your interpretation of a song to you too? I want to talk with them about it.
Yeah.
High five, Patty. You did it.
Good job.
Friggin' lounge song.
And you're totally right. It could have gone either way.
Yeah. Okay, what's next? Who's gonna ride your wild horses? This one took me 2 listens. The first one, actually, the first listen, I did not have my headphones on. I was like doing stuff. I was thinking shower. I was listening to it. I was in the shower. And I was like, what? But then the second one, I'm like, you know what? It works.
It does work.
It's different, but it works.
It's still. I wish they put more garbage in it, unless you too.
It's right. It's very sticks with the
Yeah.
original for the most part.
And I think that's what I've been looking like. I'm looking for something that just sounds like something new. And
Right.
this isn't Who's Gonna Ride Your Wild
No,
Horses.
which is, I guess, why I approve of it because it feels safe.
Right. It does feel safe.
Yeah.
It's a great song. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, I love garbage. God knows I love garbage. Okay, so you want to take the next one?
So Cruel, Depeche Mode. I
Depeche
didn't
Mode.
write that down. I mean, this is a haunting song. And if I'm remembering correctly, when I've heard it before, I did not like this version.
Yeah.
Post Sphere and hearing U2's kind of redo of it, the first listen, I was like, "Ooh, this reminds me of the Sphere version." And then I listened to it again and I was like, "Wait, no, it doesn't." But yes, it does.
Yeah. To me, it sounds exactly what I would expect Depeche Mode covering U2 would
Yes.
sound like. I like it. I mean, it's super haunting, and it's just what I would expect for it to sound like.
Right. And the Sphere version was haunting.
Yeah.
So maybe like it's like the vibe it gives is, I don't know, it's obviously an angry song, but you don't hear the anger from Bono until like we heard it live.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Right.
So a lot of these songs, obviously the last three songs, but a lot of these songs took me back to Sphere, and I missed that. It really took me back. And
Yeah.
I don't one of the things I always worry about with old songs at new concerts is want it to change my original
Right.
perspective of the song. You always want it to be the first time you heard it. And
Right. And it
I
won't be.
no, but a lot of these songs are so connected to Sphere in my memories now,
Oh
especially
yeah.
especially the last.
And I will say, considering I like my U2 songs by U2, they're faring pretty good right now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, the next one, which is the cover to end all covers.
All covers, kind of.
Kind
Um, yeah. So track 7, "The Fly" by Gavin Friday. So now the sexy's back in,
It's bringing sexy back.
bringing sexy back. But like, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Like, did Gavin give that sexy to Bono, or did
I
I don't
mean, I have feelings about this, but I almost just don't want to say them here because what if someone hears it?
know.
Um, I have often felt that it just doesn't give Bono the credit he probably deserves, but that he unleashes his inner Gavin.
So was there like a hot press article? I think it was hot press like years
Yeah.
ago, and it asked like the question: Is Bono turning into Gavin, or is Gavin turning into Bono? And I
Yeah.
definitely think it's the first one.
That Bono's turning into Gavin. I mean,
And as of this album, like not I'm
yeah.
about this album. Like I just feel like I mean hearing Gavin's version of it, it's almost like hearing the song for the first time. It's like a
It's I mean, it is The Fly.
yeah,
It doesn't steer far from the original, but it is also so different.
so good. And I so it was between sets, not encore, but just
There was a break during I&E. I mean, let's just say intermission.
intermission. For was it I and E or E and I? It was E and I.
I think it was I&E because then E&I was the limo stuff. Hold me, throw me, kiss me, kill me, wasn't it?
Oh, what?
Or was I backwards?
No, because one of them was the Wanderer. One of them was the Fly.
And one of them was definitely Hold Me, Thrill Me because it was Bono was singing it backstage while like getting his makeup fixed. I don't know. We're gonna have to look this up, I think. Okay, The Fly Intermission 2015. So I&E.
The Wanderer by U2 featuring Johnny Cash served as the intermission song during the band's 2015 Innocence and Experience tour. So I think it went back and forth between The Fly and The Wanderer because there are videos here of from 2015.
Yes. So they and I wonder if it was by like the first leg had one, the second leg had another. Yeah.
It,
Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me.
the Fly was first played in the intermission in Boston, and then it was
Okay.
played in New York.
And The Wanderer was before then.
Yes.
So then Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me was the intermission during E and I.
Yes.
That was Bono singing at least partially live.
It just always sounded like a bad idea to me.
Backstage. It worked because then the screen was because they were like coming to their innocence, right? I mean, their experience. So it was like all the limos and
Yeah.
it was like the cartoon of all that.
Sense. Yes.
Okay, cool. We figured that out.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, what else does Gavin have up his sleeve?
God, it's so good.
Me Too Wise. When Sphere opened with Lemon on the PA, there was a part in it where Gavin was like, Lemon.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, give us the Gavin version of Lemon.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I just love this song so much.
So good. That was the song that I mentioned doing last week that then brought Hillary the idea to do this album today.
Suggested that, and it gave me the idea for this up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any more suggestions of anything that I can maybe turn into another episode one of these days?
Let us know.
Yeah.
Okay. Next track. Mysterious Ways by Snow Patrol. This one really, but they've made it their own.
I love Snow Patrol, but there's no sexy in this song. And the song is very sexy when you hear it.
Oh, I mean, they say it's like their sexiest song. It's the U2 song you can dance to, right?
Right. But, so actually, a friend of ours, to give credit due, when this album came out, she gave me that line that Snow Patrol took the sexy out of Mysterious Ways. And
okay, everyone, welcome back. It is a new day. I have on new clothes. My other one's in the wash. I didn't know I was going to need to use it again.
I'm wearing the same shirt,
Hillary's
but I
on
did
her
not
phone.
wear it all day.
Yeah, Hillary's on her phone. I'm missing a contact. Internet's out.
Disaster today.
It's been a journey. Yeah. But we're back. And I know we left off with Snow Patrol taking the sexy out of Mysterious Ways.
They definitely did.
They did. And my question is, on many levels, like what was Snow Patrol, what were they thinking? Like literally, what were they thinking? Any of these artists who redid one of these songs, just can't imagine being such a big fan. And how do you take one of the biggest bands in the world that you're probably the biggest fan of in the world, and how do you... Apparently Snow Patrol had another idea for Mysterious Ways.
Maybe that was the memo. Like, record Mysterious Ways without the sexy.
Maybe, like, don't steal my sexy bitches. I think that was the memo.
Yeah.
To me, it's very ambient. I feel like it could be played at Zoo Station at the Venetian.
I think that's very accurate.
Yeah, so I found that I was listening to it in my ears as I was like cleaning and stuff, so I found it very pleasing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't love it.
Yeah. I think it's gorgeous, but it does not have that original vibe.
No.
Nice try, Snow Patrols.
Yeah. We still love you. I love Snow Patrol.
Yeah. We understand that Snow Patrol is a band of multiple people, and that the lead singer probably has his own name.
But we don't want to know.
No, we purposely haven't looked. We just call him Mr. Snow Patrol. Ever since they opened for U2.
Yes. We're like, what's his name? Just forget it.
Mr. Snow Patrol. Now we can never look it up. Just like we can never look and see where Tildonkwa is.
Nope. Can't.
I looked it up once. I don't remember. I couldn't even tell you.
Well, it's Mr. Snow Patrol or Mr. Patrol.
I don't know. I like Mr. Snow Patrol.
Yeah. He's adorable. And the name. Okay, so moving on.
Right. Yep. What's next?
Track number 9, Trying to Throw Your Arms Around the World by the Fray. And
Yeah.
I my story was that I was listening to it in the car. It was on my phone, but it wasn't console wasn't responding or
Oh,
something,
like
and I didn't
CarPlay.
know
Yeah.
who was singing the song. And I'm like, why does this song remind me so much of Grey's Anatomy? And I'm like, oh, it's the Fray.
Yeah, it's like the unofficial.
Yeah,
Speaking of Snow Patrol and the Fray have like the unofficial Grey's Anatomy theme songs.
yeah.
Uh, I don't like it because all I hear is How to Save a Life, the unofficial Grey's Anatomy theme song. And I guess I don't really like that song. So,
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's the worst song on here, but obviously U2's version is much, much better.
yeah, there is like when they do like the run to use, I find that really cute.
Yeah,
And it's like a little poppy in there. I love it. I also made the note that I've never successfully covered a U2 song that has also been approved for a U2 release.
right.
So they
All of
really
the
have,
so all of the U2 songs you recorded have not been approved.
every single zero of them have not been recorded or
Yeah.
approved.
It was a unanimous
Well, so I give them
no
props.
vote.
I feel like earlier in the app, you made a comment about why do these all just sound like U2? Like, why don't they sound like their own band with a U2 song? And now the phrase sounds like the Fray, and I'm annoyed by it.
Yeah, that's exactly
So, but this is our house and we make the rules.
right. We can be
So,
hypocrites and
yeah, it's fine. Again, I don't think the Fray's going to listen to this.
I hope not. If so, dear the Fray, if you're listening and you like to come on and tell us about your process, we would welcome you.
Oh, absolutely. Just be, I love your song. I'm sure you're wonderful, wonderful. You're very popular.
Yes.
And I respect you as artists. Would love to hear your process for recreating a U2 song.
Yeah. Anybody's process, actually. Um,
Except maybe Trent Reznor. He scares me.
oh, have you? I met Trent Reznor. I mean, I've not met him, but I've run into him like at 3 different U2 shows over the years. He's a big fan, apparently.
Well, I would hope so if he did this. I
Yeah.
mean, he's an Ohio boy, so we've got some Midwest stuff there. So maybe I shouldn't be so scared.
But like so it was one show that was in Chicago that I like ran into him. And then
Crazy.
I want to say Vegas for Pop Mart because like everyone in the world was there.
Right?
And I thought there was another one, but I can't think of it right now.
Huh.
It might have been another
Well,
Chicago show. I don't know.
I bet you Trent Reznor has never run into Jim Courier.
Maybe that's where I saw Trent Reznor.
The same day we saw Jim Courier at U2 show.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I had a lot to drink that night.
You did. That was a
So
good
did
one.
Jim. Well, Jim Courier was otherwise
Jim Courier was on
inebriated.
something else.
Oh, Tim
He's
Courier.
token in the parking lot, I presume.
Yeah.
I don't want to I don't want to slander Jim Courier or be accused of libel or something, but he seemed to be in a very comfortable state.
Yeah, but he was so great. We were like, I mean, I don't know. He also seemed like people weren't recognizing him right and left. And we were big tennis fans back in the day. And so when we saw him, it was like, no. Former tennis sensation, Tim Courier.
I don't know. I mean, when he was on the pro circuit and he would come to Cincinnati and I would work that tournament, I mean, we were both young. I mean, he was older than me, but I was like,
Yeah.
what if I get to meet Jim Courier and we go on a date?
I wonder what Tim Courier is up to these days.
I hope he goes
And
somewhere
if
you
he
two
would
show.
like to talk about his YouTube experience, because we know he was there. We
Yeah,
have we have photographic evidence.
yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Anyway, Grey's Anatomy, The Fray.
next track.
Next track. Track 10, Ultraviolet, performed
But
by the Killers. Brandon Flowers has this ability to vacate all emotion from his voice. And surprisingly, that works for the first three quarters of the song. I'm not saying that the end doesn't work, but his emotion kicks in. And I like
it
it.
kicks in when it really needs to, yeah.
Yeah. But I really like it. Like,
So, I mean, a lot of Killer songs sound influenced by you too. So, I feel like they do a good job making this sound like the Killers because the Killers kind of sound like you too in the influential kind of way. I like it. I like and yeah, it picks up where it needs to. I think success. I think it's
yeah. I love this song.
yeah,
I
I
listened
think
to
it's
it
great.
several times. Like
Yeah.
it's a good one.
The first time I listened to it, the intro with just Brendan Flowers and nothing backing it kind of caught me off guard. But then every other time after that, I was like, oh no, I like
But I mean,
thumbs up.
like some of these, I don't know. I don't know the phrase so well, but I know the Killers, and I think that might also be part of the reason why I
It
love
would
the
be
Killers.
easier for us to speak better about the Fray if we knew them better. Everything I said was very naive. Everything. Every other band, I know more of their catalog.
Yeah, except track 11,
Oh, except track 11.
which is Acrobat by Las Vegas, which we don't know anything about them except that they opened a couple shows for U2 and they're Scottish.
Opened in like the UK and Ireland in '09, maybe.
Yeah, so for 360.
That so I don't know anything about them, but this I like it.
I do too. They just hit on the chaos and distortion perfectly in this song.
Right. This there was oh what it was so cruel that I said reminded me of the live version from Sphere, which I mean, I guess it's possible that U2's version of So Cruel at Sphere was influenced by Depeche Mode's. I don't know enough about all that stuff. But there's no way that this version was influenced by U2's live version of Acrobat. But maybe this influenced U2's live version of Acrobat. I don't
Maybe.
know. It is angry like that
Yeah,
in a way that the album version isn't. And the album version is pretty angry.
it's pretty angry. This is like furious. I feel like if we knew anything about Las Vegas, then maybe Chaos and Distortion would be our cover band name. Our Las Vegas
Yeah,
cover band name, except that we don't know them.
it's definitely our cover band name. Yeah. Ugh,
Okay,
I
do you
need one more. Come on, technology, take us through. The final track on the album, Love is Blindness, by the amazing Jack White.
God.
I feel like this cover can only be made by another guitar player who understands Edge's guitar.
But this song's just madness. And Jack White just really knows how to range out his voice and his guitar. That's like the perfect tribute to Bono and Edge.
It is like Bono's vocals are so haunting on this recording, and like the organ in the background. This is the organ in the background. It's
Yeah.
behind me. So haunting. And then Edge comes in and it's all that rage, and Jack White brings that into his vocals, and that's just
So for all
perfect.
the
I also
um
feel like there's bagpipes in that song instead of organ. I do. I
Wait,
think it's a bagpipe instead of organs.
really?
Mhm.
Hmm.
To
Well,
my untrained ear.
so this was on the soundtrack of Baz Luhrmann's The Great Gatsby.
Just not one of my favorite Baz movies. It's too long.
It, I like it. It's not my favorite by any means. So I didn't like this story either forever. And when I got my first Kindle, it was one of the free books you could get or whatever. And I reread it as a grown-up, and I kind of love it.
I never read it.
Yeah. I read it as a kid, and I hated it. And then I read it as like a younger adult to see if I could get into it again or get into it. And I fail. And then when I got it on my Kindle, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I freaking love this book.
Maybe I have to check it out.
Yeah. It's not a big read either. It's kind of, it's
Well, why
pretty,
is it such a big movie then?
because of Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. I mean, big, long. Isn't it like 3 hours or something? I think it's a really long movie.
Maybe, I don't remember that.
I do
But I
own
remember
it.
I liked it. I mean, I
Yeah.
should watch it again.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll give it another chance. I do own it.
did you?
When I bought it. Well, when it came out on Amazon, I just bought it because I figured it's Baz Luhrmann and I'm gonna love it. Okay, well, we did it.
We did it.
Hopefully this video is actually okay, y'all. It
I
should
hope
be.
so.
Because I don't want to do it a third time.
I really, really don't. It was hard enough doing this the second time.
know. I know.
Remember Unforgettable Fire, where we had to do the entire episode?
The entire Tart Talk. Wasn't that with your brother?
It was with my brother.
And then we had to redo it without him, or we did it with him?
We did it without him.
It just didn't record? Is that what happened?
I think so.
Yeah. That was terrible.
Really terrible.
Yeah. We did a good job, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, one day in a few years we should redo those just to see over time what our thoughts and opinions of.
But I would recommend redoing them without re-listening to them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That would be interesting, yeah.
Yeah. And then I feel like I would be like, you liar. You used to
I
like.
know we'd say like different things because we have different opinions about stuff now. We've done all this research. I don't know, we were always just pretty drunk too, so.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for tuning in. And next week on the Garden Tarts,
Yes.
Bono and Buster go halvesies on a horse.
So many questions.
I know, me
Where
too.
will the horse live? Will they take it back and forth?
I think it's
Will
like
they just like share lessons?
no, it's not like a pet. I think it's like a racehorse. It is a racehorse.
You made it up. You don't think you know.
I'm telling you, it's a racehorse.
Oh, but I still like the idea of them sharing a horse lessons.
And they could they could go horse riding together on the same horse with cowboy hat. Yeah. Watch Arrested Development, you guys, and you'll understand what our nonsense is about.
I know. Poor Buster.
Poor Buster.
Buster.
Bono.
Bono.
Ooh, that would be an interesting relationship. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
he's got a lot of stuff to work out.
Yeah, he really does. But I feel like Bono and Buck would be great buddies climbing stuff together.
It would be trouble.
Yeah.
So much trouble. Actually,
Somebody
I mean,
would
the
have
way
to call 911.
Someone would have to call 911. But the way Buster and Liza Minnelli got along, I have a feeling that Buster would support a lot of shenanigans. Yeah. Okay.
Liza Minnelli.
I think that's a good note there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll learn more about that horse and maybe something else special next week. We'll find out.
Who knows? Everything can happen.
Everything can happen. Okay. Bye, y'all.
Bye. We'll be back next week with more U2-ish content.
In the meantime, keep chatting with us on social media at _Garden Tarts.
Sign up for our newsletter at thegardentarts.com and share with your YouTube friends.
You can support us on Patreon, buy me a coffee, and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Kissing Lips and Breaking Hearts, a U2's podcast with the Garden Tarts, is created, produced, and edited by us, the Garden Tarts.
Intro and outro music by December.
See you next week.